Hello, I'm Dr. Sam Hancock of the Emerald Planet and Emerald Planet TV. We come to you on a week-to-week basis from Washington, D.C. in the United States as we look around the globe in 144 different nations, looking for those 1,000 best practices, the technology, services, and products that are making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And as we have a planet of 9 billion people by 2038 and possibly 12 to 13 billion by the end of this century, how are we going to be able to take care of all these people on planet Earth? And that's what Emerald Planet's all about. We come to you looking at the solutions, the best practices from around the globe as we create the Emerald Planet. Hello, welcome to the Emerald Planet. We're making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And seeing the long-term impacts of climate change. We're glad to have you. Thank you for being with us. Looking at the city of Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, we're talking about something that's called Abuja 50, a model that can be replicated, but also a model that really will be an example not only for Nigeria, but and all of the African continent, but around the globe, because there's many things embedded into this very special Abuja 50 that can be world-class and will be example for the world as we protect Mother Nature. And we have Idongesit Nkereuwem, who is the CEO of Magnifique Ltd. And he's the one that really is the poster child, if you will, for this development as far as the electrical power in this Abuja 50. Tell us a little bit, Idong, about Abuja 50 and why is it so important and really is world-class as far as what's going to be happening in Abuja.
Yeah, Abuja 50 is a short term for Abuja 50 megawatt solar lithium phosphate battery system. This project is going to use the willing buyer, willing seller model of the electricity law in Nigeria to aggregate the power and send it directly to the industries who are also our customers. And then this initiative would ensure that they have 24 hours uninterrupted power supply to their facility.
I think this is absolutely fantastic. Now, why Abuja? Abuja is the capital city, so we understand the importance of it. But why not try this in a smaller city somewhere else away from the capital city? I mean, you're really going for everything when you're doing this in Abuja, because everyone in the whole society will see it, know about it, and actually 20 to 30 million people will be experiencing long-term what you are creating in Abuja 50.
Yeah, absolutely. Abuja should be like every other capital city in the world. We have the London metropolitan city. We have the Washington district in the USA. We have the Shanghai. We have the Hong Kong. We have the Dubai. So why not Abuja? Abuja should be an example of how a modern city should look like. So we've picked Abuja so that we can show the world that Abuja can be a Hong Kong in Africa.
Yeah, I think it's magnificent. But you've really worked very hard over the last number of years to bring the collaboration together, to have the right partners at the table, no pun intended, and to have that energy, the brain trust, the resources that you need. So this picture here is really an example of what you've been going through for the last several years. How is this now translating into everything that's going on the ground to flesh out the development as far as Abuja 50 and the ATV?
Yes, when we started the project, we had to do a lot of groundwork, consultative work with these various stakeholders. So we started meeting with the relevant authorities. We had, if this picture you're looking at is a meeting we had with the Ministry of Power. So at the instance of the minister, he brought in the best team that he's working with, to come and listen to us and strategize with us and plan with us. So a project of this nature is not a project that can be run individually. it is a project that should be run collectively. So we did collective consultation with all stakeholders and created the right framework for the project.
Yeah, and also there was a long period of time to actually change the national laws, the laws within Abuja itself. So, looking at this 24/7 uninterrupted power supply, why is that a new model for not only Abuja, but for Nigeria?
Yeah, the 24 hours uninterrupted power supply should be our target and our goal. Anything less than that is not good at all. If it is worth doing, is worth doing well. So anything short of 24 hours power supply for us is not good at all. So what happens if somebody is in the operation theater and there's no power, and or maybe there's power cut for 5 minutes? Of course, it's not going to survive. So our target is to ensure that we provide 24 hours uninterrupted power supply, just like every other country in the world that
Yeah.
is developed, like America and China and other countries.
Right. Very, very important. But it really is important as far as bringing all the stakeholders to the table. And it's a very impressive list. And we're going to be see some of these examples of the stakeholders in just a few minutes through the photographs. But what was it that really decided or gelled this whole thing? Okay, we can do this. We can move forward. We really can have an Abuja 50. What was really the linchpin or the deciding time that brought this to the fore?
Yeah, it's born out of the fact that I've traveled to several countries in the world, from South Africa to US to China and other West African countries. And I know that the catalyst for development is electricity. Once we can get electricity right, we've gotten everything right. So it is actually born out of passion for us to compete with other parts of the world. So that passion has taken us through several years, to put the right framework, the right plan vis-a-vis the Nigerian law. And then today we have an Abuja 50 that would also, be expanded to be Abuja 500, Abuja 1000, then to Lagos 500 and all that.
It's just magnificent as far as how this you're going to have the multiplier effect. Well, I tell you what is really impressive is that you have this huge city. It's the largest city on the African continent, 20, 30 million people. Yet you have this huge footprint upon which this is actually being built. Most of the infrastructure is in place. How are you able to find enough land to be able to do this, to build this solar collection and distribution center in Abuja itself?
Yeah, I think I would give the kudos to the federal government and also give the kudos to Abuja Technology Village. When they were given 840 hectares to develop that mini city, they actually allocated some land specifically for project like this, for solar. So it is part of that portion that was allocated for the green energy and other green services that they gave us. So it's actually part of the mandate for the Abuja Technology Free Zone and also Abuja.
Yeah, because so many capital cities in the world would never have a landmass that large to accommodate such a city. It's going to be almost a million people. You'll have thousands of people working, going in and out of this area on a day-to-day basis. It's just mind-boggling the standard, the scope, the scale of what's happening. We've seen this before. This is a very simple chart as far as what you're actually doing on this site right here. But again, explain how this relates not only to the homes that we see here in this example, but the large scale hotels, the universities, the hospitals, NGOs, the businesses, factories, everything that's going into this space.
Absolutely. If you look at the trend that is happening now in the world, you realize that everybody, especially America, Germany, and other Western countries, are moving towards storage system. So you have the Teslas, talking about energy storage. So we have to maximize the use of such technology. So which is why we added storage system to the solar that we already planned. Of course, we are going to evacuate both the energy from the solar and the energy from the battery storage via the transformers and inverters, and then transmit them through the transmission and distribution lines to the various facilities. So what you're seeing here is just a typical model of how we intend to generate and also evacuate the power to the various installations.
And it's amazing, Idong, you have something so profound where now you really have, in essence, no real 24/7, 365 reliable energy source, where you're going to this very simple model, yet very profound as far as the long-term impact and, of course, the reduction of costs is concerned. So looking at the ATV FZE, this free zone, tell us about that. And one of the things I find most interesting, it's going to be a dollar-denominated free zone, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. ATV has all the incentives of a special economic zone. All over the world, there's a special economic zone, and the special economic zone is a zone that is properly incentivized. So they have the tax waivers, the custom duty waivers, you have the 100% repatriation of profit and zero tax and so many other incentives. So ATV, as it were, also has these incentives. So we are going to be seeing that all our partners who are foreign partners are going to have 100% of their money repatriated when they begin to start making profit and all that. So ATV is a special economic zone that is fully incentivized.
Now, looking at this power generation, we have it, but the power embedded, what it is, as I understand it from the ATV, is that actually all the power is going to be generated on the site itself and distributed among the major stakeholders in that area. So it's interesting where you're actually building the power generation capacity into the project itself. And I think that's quite novel, unique, and bringing the best technologies. But tell us a little bit about some of these major stakeholders and why they are so important to take this Abuja 50 from the drawing board into now reality.
Yeah, if you look at this picture, you would see Nkereuwem. Nkereuwem is Nigeria's satellite company, and any satellite company in the world is a company that should be run 24/7, with uninterrupted power supply, because they are going to be feeding other television stations, radio stations, and other facilities. So they are very, very key. And then because they are very key in providing such services, it only behoves on us to ensure that we provide them with the needed power supply that they require. The minimum standard is 24/7 uninterrupted power supply. And then you have the Fraser Suite, which is a 5-star hotel and all that.
Yeah, when you look at this type of facility, this really is a 24/7, 365, because a hotel or a convention center really is a mini city into itself. But when you start feeding into the universities, this is a real example. Also, the federal medical centers. What kind of example are you giving? And we have about 30 seconds left, Udong. Why is it so important that you have a very broad base as far as the different types of institutions you're providing electricity to?
Yeah, development comes in different and diverse ways. So diverse service providers like the hospitals, the universities, the technology companies have to provide different unique services that every individual needs. So we have to capture every industry irrespective of what they do and the kind of services they provide.
Yeah, I think that's really incredible. Thank you. This is Idongesit, the CEO of Magnifique, Abuja 50, a model that can be replicated. Thank you for being with us as we create the Emerald Planet.